So I've had several sellers lately ask me if they should actually do an inspection before they sell or just wait for the buyer to do an inspection while the property is under contract. And that's a fantastic question. It doesn't come up that often because most people just wait until the buyer or a buyer comes and put your house under contract, and during that option period or inspection period, they just allow the buyer to do an inspection and negotiate repairs or see what the buyer's issues might be or hot buttons are, and we just work through that. But in other states, like in California and things, a lot of times people actually get an inspection on the front end as the seller, and then they go through that inspection and make all of those repairs and get that house super ready for a buyer. So what are the pluses and minuses of that? Well, if you do a pre-inspection, you're gonna likely have to do all of those repairs on that inspection report, because the buyer is gonna want to see that report, and that report by law here in Texas actually has to be disclosed. Now, if you let the buyer come to the table during that inspection period, get an inspection, there's sometimes a negotiation there. Usually the buyer doesn't expect you to do every single repair on the report. And so that's what a lot of people decide, is that we'll just let the buyer tell us what they want repaired and fixed. And a lot of sellers actually fix more than what the buyer wants just in the process. Not always, but depending on the type of people they are, they want to deliver a good house to the buyer and make sure it's a sound thing, but you're typically not going to fix everything.